How to knit the pleated ruffle edge stitch, English style. For this tutorial, you will need a pair of knitting needles. Special thanks to our sponsor Cassell for providing today's needles. Today, we are using their Addy Lace interchangeable clicks in the size 8. And a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Lion Brand for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Vanish Choice line in the color Dusty Purple. For this stitch you will need to know the following techniques. Knit, purl, knit 2 together. To begin this stitch you must cast on in multiples of 10 plus 2. Row 1. Beginning on the right side of your work we're going to knit 4. Then we're going to start our repeat by purling 4. And we'll finish our repeat by knitting 6. Okay, so we're going to repeat the knit 4 or the purl 4 and knit 6 until the last 4 stitches of the row. Okay, when you reach the last 4 stitches of the row, we're just going to knit 4. Row 2, we're going to begin by purling 4. Then we'll start our repeat by knitting 4. And we'll finish our repeat by purling 6. Okay, so we're going to repeat the knit 4, purl 6 until the last 4 stitches of the row. Okay, when we reach the last 4 stitches of the row, we're going to purl 4. Row 3. We're going to repeat row 1, so we're going to knit 4. Then we're going to start our repeat by purling 4. Okay, then we're going to finish our repeat by knitting 6. So continue purling 4 and knitting 6 until the last 4 stitches of the row. And when you reach the last 4 stitches in the row, we're going to knit 4. Row 4. We're going to repeat row 2, so we'll start by purling 4. And then we're going to start a repeat by knitting 4. And we'll finish our repeat by purling 6. Okay, so we'll continue knitting 4 and purling 6 until the last 4 stitches of the row. Okay, and when we reach the last 4 stitches in the row, we're going to purl 4. Row 5, we're going to repeat row 1 again, so we'll knit 4. Okay, then we're going to purl 4 to begin our repeat. Then we will finish our repeat by knitting 6. So we'll repeat the purl 4 and knit 6 until the end of the row. Okay, and when we reach the last 4 stitches in the row, we're going to knit 4. Row 6, we're going to repeat row 2 again, so we'll start by purling 4. Then we're going to start our repeat by knitting 4. Oops. And then we'll finish our repeat by purling 6. Okay, so we'll continue repeating the knit 4 and purl 6 until the last 4 stitches in the row. And when we reach the last 4 stitches in the row, we're going to purl 4. Row 7. We're going to begin by knitting 2. Now this is where things get a little bit tricky. So if you have any experience with cables, you'll be pretty familiar with what we're doing, but this isn't technically a cable stitch. But here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to take a cable needle or a double pointed needle like I've got here, and we're going to slip the next 2 stitches off of our main needle. Okay, and we're going to hold these in front of our work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slip the next 4 stitches onto our working needle, and these are the purl stitches in our pattern. Okay, then we're going to take our cable needle again and slip the next 2 knit stitches off of our main needle. Okay, and we're going to hold that in front as well. Finally, we're going to slip those 4 purl stitches back onto our main needle. Okay, so here's where the fun starts. We're going to be knitting 2 together, and we're going to be knitting these 2 stitches from the 2 needles together as one. So we'll insert our working needle into the first stitch knitwise and into the first stitch on our main needle knitwise, and then we'll wrap the yarn around our working needle and pull through both stitches and drop them both off of their respective needles. So let's do that again, and we'll do that with all 4 of the stitches that are on our cable needle. Okay, so then to finish our repeat, we're just going to knit 2. Alright, so we're going to repeat that sequence until we reach the last 2 stitches in our row. Okay, so when we get to the last 2 stitches on our row, we're just going to knit 2. Row 8, we're going to begin by knitting 3. Okay, and then we're going to knit 2 together. And we're going to start our repeat by knitting 4. Okay, and we'll finish our repeat by knitting 2 together. Okay, when we get to the last 3 stitches in our row, we're going to knit 3. Row 9, we're going to knit all stitches. So one thing I should have mentioned a little bit earlier is that when you cast on for this ruffle, you're going to lose half of all of your stitches. So you're actually going to want to cast on twice as many stitches as you will need for your finished project plus 2, because you'll lose a lot of those stitches as you do your decreasing for the pleats. So all you got to do is those 9 rows, and you'll have a cool little pleated ruffle like this. So that's how you do the pleated ruffle edge stitch. Here's an example of the finished edge. Want more New Stitch a Day? Check out our website at newstitchaday.com.